Hello my beautiful love bugs out there, and welcome. In today's video I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite spring palettes. I went through my whole collection and found palettes that just had that perfect color story for this time of the year. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun and colorful makeup content. So if those are things you like to watch, please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. My loves, welcome. Spring is almost here and I'm so excited. It is a little chilly here. Now it's not as bad as other places where it's still snowing and it's like still winter time, but it's so nice to know that warmer weather is right around the corner. Flowers are going to start blooming. We can like bust out our spring dresses, put on the pastels, the softer makeup, which I actually did film this for Instagram. If you want to check out that reel, it is on my Breezy_beauty page. I'll have my handle below. If you want to check it out, I would really appreciate it. I think it's really cute. And this is the kind of makeup I like to wear. Now, of course, you can wear any colors any time of the year. You don't have to do it per season. But I'm someone who likes to switch up my makeup seasonally. It gives me like a chance to play with palettes that I haven't touched in a while and pull out things that just inspire me for the season. So I did do this video last year, so I made sure to pick all new palettes. So I wanted to like give you other options and not like always like repeat myself. So I will link that video below if you didn't check that out. If you want to see other spring options than the ones I show you here, you can definitely check that out. It will be up in the corner or it will be in the description. So I'm just going to pull the palettes at random. They're not being pulled in like a certain order. They're all really amazing palettes. So the first one that I have here is from Udens Eye. This is the Saga Freya collection, the chapter 1 Tears of Freya palette. I think this is a perfect option if you are more into neutrals. It's not too intense with the colors. There's not too much pastels in here. If you like just softer, more neutral makeup, I think this would be perfect for the springtime. Like this kind of color story. It's soft, it's not too dark. It has a little bit of like a pastel right here. And the formula in Udens Eye stuff is really beautiful. It has these beautiful shimmers in here. And I just really feel like the spring vibes, especially like with the packaging and like the little flowers. I mean, this looks like a book for spring, doesn't it? And I just love Udens Eye. So then the next one I have here is from ColourPop. This is the Tinkerbell palette. This is the Sprinkle a Little Magic palette. And I thought of this so quick when I was thinking of spring makeup. I mean, look at the packaging with the fairy, the spring, the greens, the light shades. I love this. And then this color story is beautiful. It has like the soft pinks, some soft greens, and it has some depth if you want to deepen it up, and these beautiful like light shimmers. Now they just came out with a palette that looks really similar to this, but I think this one is even cuter. The quality is amazing. I think this is one of the best ColourPop Disney collabs that they ever did. I just thought it was so pretty. I did do a video on this. I'll make sure to link any of the videos I did with any of these palettes, which I feel like I've done videos on most of these things. But I just thought this was like the excellent ColourPop quality. And I think just these shades would be perfect for this spring season. And I think they still sell this. I think you can still pick this up. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself over and over and say spring a million times. So just be prepared for that, okay? It is a spring palette video, so I'm going to say that a lot. So then the next one, which is this from Muse Beauty. This is the Rococo palette. This has a good variety of shades in here because there's also neutrals in here, and then there's a bunch of like pastel shades, lighter shimmers, more neutral shimmers, and then it has some darker shades if you want to deepen up the look. And I think like this is perfect if you want to have a little bit of pastels but you still need your neutrals, or you just like the combo, you like having options. I think this is beautiful. Now I did mess up this shade. I don't even know how I did that, but I'm a klutz. I probably dropped it and did something stupid, but the quality is really nice in here. Muse Beauty has a great formula. Their mattes are pigmented, they're super blendable, and they're just such pretty little soft shades, so I highly recommend this one if you're looking for like that neutral color combo. And then I have this one from Kaleidos, and I totally thought of the springtime when I looked at this color story. But this is the packaging. It's one of my favorite palettes from Kaleidos, so I mean, come on, the spring vibes are totally going strong on the packaging. And then the color story in here, and I feel like this is a more interesting like kind of take on a spring color story. It's not like that straightforward kind of spring palette. It has a mix of like grungy shades, then it has like the pastels and shades that you wouldn't think necessarily would mix together, but then once you put them together in your eyes, you're like, actually, this looks really good together. It's like one of those unexpected, surprising palettes that kind of make you venture out of your comfort zone. And I was like, yeah, this is perfect for this time of year. It has an amazing formula. I love Kaleidos. Then we have this one from Unearthly Cosmetics, formerly known as Alien Cosmetics. That's why it still says Alien Cosmetics on here. But this is the Strawberry Milkshake palette. And this one actually can go right into summer as well. There's a lot of bright shades in here. There's shimmers. There's some depth in here. You can go green. You can go red. You can go really soft. Like if you just use these two shades, you can make it a really soft look. But I'll show you guys up close what it looks like. It's just a really beautiful palette. Unearthly Cosmetics is an amazing formula, and I think this is also a very fun, unique color story, and kind of makes me venture and want to do like different things whenever I look at this, and it just makes me happy. And that's what spring does. It makes me happy. So going on to another Unearthly Cosmetics palette. This is the Capricorn palette. This one is full of mattes. So if you're a matte lover and you're just looking for spring kind of mattes, these are perfect. There's bright shades, there's pastels in here. There's like different tones, like warm tones, cool tones. There's a good variety in here, and I feel like you could create like really cool all matte looks with this, like using that like all over the lid, maybe using the green on the outer corner, and maybe using like that poppy yellow in the inner corner. I mean, there's a lot of cool things you could do with this. So if you like mattes and you're just looking to add like these kind of colors to get you in that spring mood, I think this is a really good one. Quality is great. I think this one is still available, and all the ones that I've showed you so far. Now, if any of these palettes are discontinued, I will let you know, but this will be more of a reminder to those of you who already own the palette to pull them out if you haven't used them in a while. So now going on to this one from Glamlight. This is the Margarita palette. I was like struggling to find the name, and it's right here. But this was part of their happy hour collection. This is also really good for the summertime, but this is also great for spring. So, you know, I mean, spring is going to transition into summer, so this is a good transitional palette as well. There's pastels, there's like lighter shimmers, and this has a little bit of neutrals. It has this like deeper red, and I think this is so beautiful. It also gives me a lot of tropical vibes. I think Glamlight also has a really good formula, and I really do like their shimmers. They're very sparkly and like beautiful on the eyes, and they do also have a nice matte formula. So I'll just swatch some here because I have to. I can't help myself. I mean, look how beautiful. There we go. We got a nice like greeny spring look right here with just those shades. Now let's go on to some like predominantly pastel palettes. These are more accent palettes for me, but in the spring, it's the only time I will use these palettes as standalones if I just want to do a really light pastel look. But this is from Give Me Glow, Pastel Dreams. Of course, I would recommend this one. This has all the pastels you could need, pastel shimmers, pastel mattes. So you can totally pull this if you just want like a light shimmer for the lids, if you just want some lighter mattes to go with another palette, or if you just want to go full on pastel, you can do that with this too. Quality is really beautiful. These shades are really stunning. And then another pastel palette that is predominantly matte. And this is the Menagerie Cosmetics Pastel Pup palette. This has really good pastels in it. This is a fairly new palette to me, but I was actually really happy with how my looks turned out. I thought the shades performed really nicely. I used this with other palettes because I wanted like some lighter shades in the look. I also used some of these as like inner corner highlights, and I thought it was really good. And it also has a black shade if you want to deepen up the look. And it has this one shimmer, but this shimmer is really pretty, and you can layer over this on the other like pastels and kind of transform the shade. But it is like a very light iridescent blue metallic. And I was really impressed by this. And Menagerie Cosmetics is a very new brand to me, but so far everything I've tried from them has been really nice. And I like their whole theming, and I think that this is a good pastel option if you're looking for a more like condensed, like more just pastel mattes. That's a good one. Then I have some smaller palettes, which these are probably great if you're gonna travel during the springtime. Some of these are already discontinued, so if you have them, pull them out. If you don't, sorry, you can't get them. But here it is. This is the Letho is Dead palette. This is from Letho Cosmetics. This was the collab with Teresa is Dead. This is actually the palette I have on my eyes today. I think Teresa did a great job with this color story. I didn't realize how much of a springy color story this was until I finally got a chance to play with it, because I picked it up, it was sitting for a while, I never got a chance to actually do a video on it because I got it kind of late, and then I pulled it out and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful little spring color story. I'll show you guys up close. It's more on the lighter side, and it's more like her aesthetic. And she did include at least one like slightly deeper shade that I used on the outer corner to deepen this up. But like I have this shade right here, this shade right here. I have these two shimmers, and I'm really happy with how this look turned out. The quality is really good. Letho is a very consistent brand. The mattes were quite pigmented. The metallics are a little flaky, so you definitely want to like use a wet brush or your finger. But if you already have this palette, you need to pull it out if you haven't touched it in a while, because this is perfect for the springtime. You need to get some use, you know, get your money's worth from this. But unfortunately, you cannot get this anymore. It is no longer available. So remind to all of you that did pick it up. Then another smaller travel-friendly palette that is still available, so you can get your hands on this. But this is the Game Beauty Fantasy palette. This was their little springy pastel palette that they came out with. I think this was last year, but this is how it looks. It's so cute. Now, this is not my favorite formula when it comes to mattes. They're more on the sheer side. You definitely have to build them up. But if you're a person who prefers less pigmented mattes, then this is perfect for you. Because I know not everybody wants to go in with a matte and have super intense pigmentation. They want to like work slowly, you know, just get more comfortable with the shade. Then this is a perfect option for you. And the looks that I've done with this, I have thought were really pretty, especially with the pastel mattes. The next palette is no longer available, but if you did get your hands on it, bust it out. It's time for this to shine. This is the BH Cosmetics Opal palette for the month of October. This was part of their like Birthstones series, but this was the one that they did like a real main pastel palette. Like this is light, like there is no deeper shades in here, and it has this really cool iridescent pressed glitter. Now, if you're not a fan of pressed glitters, then you wouldn't be excited about it. But I think this is cool. It's like holographic. It has all these different colors in it. And it's just fun. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of pressed glitters to my look, just to have a little extra sparkle. Maybe dab a little bit in the inner corner or like on the outer edge somewhere, because it's so pretty. I love it. I know some people hate pressed glitters, but if you don't mind them and you had this, you need to use that shade because it's so fun with all the little pressed glitters in here. But yes, pastels, one kind of like peachy nude shade, and all the metallics in here are really, really pretty. You just make the nicest, softest looks, and this was a very affordable palette, so this is really good for spring. And then the other one is the turquoise palette from BH Cosmetics. This was also part of the Gemstone series. I did do a ranking on all of those palettes. If you want to check it out, I'll link it below and put it in the corner. But I really loved the looks I've been able to create with this. Like the combo with the yellow and the turquoise is so beautiful. Or if you want to tone it down, you can go in with the neutral shades too. You could do an all neutral look with this one too, or you could do like a all turquoise if you wanted to. I mean, I like the little options you got in here for being a smaller palette. You could do different things with this. And then it has this pressed glitter that is all turquoise. but I really get like spring vibes from this, and I think it's cool that there's some neutrals too if you don't want to only have turquoise. But this was another one that I thought of for the spring season. Then the last two palettes I have to show you are all metallic palettes. So if you're looking for like special metallics, or you're looking for like that one metallic palette that you can use with like all your mattes you have, or you're just a person who loves using only metallics on the eyes, then these would definitely be good for you. So the first one is the It's Belle Cosmetics The Flare Remix palette. This is pretty new to me, but I have been loving it. These are beautiful metallics, and these are so soft and perfect for the springtime. Pair this with some pastels and like lighter color shades. Put this all over the lid. You can do like a very ethereal look with these shades. They have different shifts to them. They're just so beautiful, so foiled, and so intense. And I think I've talked about this like a few times already on my channel. I created 2 looks on my channel with these. Like, look at how intense that is. It's Belle Cosmetics has such a beautiful metallic formula. They make dual chromes and multi-chromes. So if you just want like a little palette with special shades in it, this is it, and I believe you can pick it up. I think maybe they have a pre-order. And then the next one, which you can't get this exact version, but they did do a remastered version of this. But this is the Plain Jane palette from Adept Cosmetics. I think maybe they did some formula changes, but overall, I think the color story is still good. And the reviews that I watched said that the palette was still just as good. I didn't see any like negative ones on the remastered one. But if you have this one or the remastered one, you can get the same looks with either one. But these are also more soft, more neutral, more lighter color shimmers. And these shades are so special. These are also amazing, just as good as the It's Belle Cosmetics. I have gone into this palette so many times when I just need something special and intense to put on the lids. I will always think of this palette as well because they're just so freaking pretty. Honestly, I could just sit here and swatch this over and over, even if I didn't have to create a look. I just like staring at them because they're just so reflective, so pretty, and they all have like these really beautiful shifts. So I think these are perfect, like softer metallics and shifty ones that would make your spring look go to the next level. Like, you need these shimmers in your life. But that was all of my springy vibes kind of palettes, things that I just think are perfect for this time of year. And I love all of them. I could not recommend them enough. And I think I had a good range of stuff I feel like would meet different people's needs, whether you need more neutrals, if you need less neutrals, if you just want all metallics, if you just want all mattes, you got some options in one of these here. And all of these brands are really good. But you guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like my options? What would you pick? What would you recommend for a spring palette? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video and you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I'll have all the palettes that are still available linked. I will have all the videos I've ever done in any of these palettes if you need some inspiration, you want to get the info on all of them. And I will also have my contact info there as well. I am also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So I would love if you would check me out on my other social media platforms and join my Instagram fams. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here, for watching this video and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. And I just hope you guys are all doing well and that you're staying safe. And I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.